Hi, my name's Lisa and I live in this tiny 1969 vintage caravan, traveling all around the place and doing a little bit of saxophone busking on the side for a bit of extra income. In my last video, I talked about how ever since that cyclone had rolled in, I'd become really sick with a burning sore throat that developed into a nasty dry cough, and I'd ended up in hospital having trouble breathing. A couple of days later, I discovered what might have been causing all these symptoms. I've just taken the filter off my rooftop air conditioning unit and given it a really good scrub with soap and water and left it out in the sun to dry. And I've just noticed, as I look up into what's left, what appears to be mold growing inside the unit. This could be the cause of the problem. I'm not sure. But these little black spots around the edges, that's definitely mold. And it looks like it goes all the way up inside it. Dang it. That's probably the problem. Not good. Not good. I've been running it like 24/7 because it's been dehumidifying the van to basically stop mold from forming inside the van. This is why I prefer to be down in the dry. Like, it's beautiful up here and green and lovely in this subtropical rainforest area, but yeah, I think we have a mold issue. Dang, I don't know how to solve that. I will call a couple of places and see if there's anything can be done. But yeah, that's a really big concern. I'm just not going to run it now at all and just rely on opening the windows and hope that the wet doesn't continue for too much longer. Can't win. But this thing is just not getting any better. So I'm just going to assume that's the problem. Alright, I am on the phone calling various air conditioning places to find out. The first one I called said no, they don't do caravan ones, and they put me on to like a auto electrician dude or something, and the receptionist said, do you want it replaced? As if I could afford that. I'm like, no, I'd prefer it to be cleaned and treated. See my undies? That's my undies all hanging on the back line there. I forgot about that when I started hitting record here. I haven't had a chance to do my laundry. I'm just so exhausted all the time. I haven't even put my awning up yet because that's quite a physical thing to do, and I need my chairs to do that. My chairs are down in the shed, so just if I could put my awning up and have my washing line, I usually thread my washing line all around my poles, I could get on top of some of this laundry. But in the meantime, I'm a little bit grumpy and irritable. I should probably just get out of this van and go for a walk. I need to get out of this place. I can't do mold. I just can't do mold at all. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk and just leave the van open. It really sucks. I've been starting to get really depressed because I'm sick of feeling sick, and this hasn't made it any better, because this means that the one place that I do feel safe is no longer safe. All I want to do is crawl into bed and sleep. That's all I did really all day yesterday. I just slept and slept and slept. But I did leave the windows open. But I still had that thing running. I figured if it was on dehumidify, it was sucking the air up. But that's even more concerning, because if it's sucking the air up, not blowing it out, and that's what's ended up there, then it's in the air, and there's no way I can avoid it. So obviously when I was walking around breathing that stuff in, it's now in my lungs, and there's just this, like, every time I breathe in and out, I can hear and feel this rattle, 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 rattle. And
but it's not producing phlegm. It's not productive in any way, shape or form. It's definitely not infected. I've just finished the course of antibiotics. And I know antibiotics always do tend to make me feel a little bit depressed. I don't know. I've always had that reaction to them, and I don't like taking them, but I also didn't want to end up with like pneumonia or something, which I don't know, maybe I already have. I can't get in to see the doctor. The hospital still hasn't got back to me about my chest x-ray. I did have an MRI yesterday of my neck, though. That was mainly to do with what's happening with the pinched nerve situation and whether or not that's made me more susceptible. I don't bloody know. All I know is I just want to breathe again without going and feeling like I've only got one lung. It's definitely more on the left side. I really feel like I'm breathing with one lung, and I need to get back to work. I've got to go back busking. I can't even practice my saxophone. I can't go busking. I'm just so tired of this. I'm just so tired of dealing with one difficult situation after another difficult situation after another difficult situation. I can't. I just need a break. Need it to just go okay for a while, you know? I don't know what to do. I have like $20 in the bank right now. It's not like I can afford to get this thing fixed. I need to go busking. I need to be healthy again. Like, I just want my health back. It sucks. I've been so healthy for so long. I haven't been sick. I'm like, you know, a big ambassador for the carnivore diet, and now I'm sick. And I know it's no fault of the diet. I mean, I'm still doing it, and I won't change. But you can't fight nature, you know, and it just wants to get stuck into you. And I guess I was run down, and that made me more susceptible as well. But anyway, I don't know, maybe I'll just tape the whole unit up and just block it off for now. Find some plastic sheeting or something and just block the whole thing off with tape so it's not dropping its spores every time I walk around. I love my little caravan home. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling great. I don't know anything about, I haven't even looked into it. Literally, this has just happened now. I haven't looked in to find out whether mold would describe the symptoms that I'm having. I'm pretty confident looking at that because I just couldn't. I'd eliminated everything else. It's not COVID. It's not the flu. It's not RSV. It's not whooping cough. It's, you know, everything's coming back normal. I really want to find out if the chest x-ray showed anything. Even if it didn't then, I'd say if they did one now, it definitely would, because it's gotten worse in my lungs. The rattling, the shortness of breath, they're just absolute sheer exhaustion. Okay, back at the hospital again. I told them what was going on for me and that I hadn't improved, and the doctor said, get up here straight away. So I'm up at the hospital. They've just ordered isn't that gorgeous? Another chest x-ray and another round of antibiotics, the same ones I was on, plus another one that should hopefully help with if it is a mold situation. And I've reached out to one of the girls at the campground and just said I'm really struggling, and she's rallied everyone up and they're going to help and put my awning up for me and get my washing machine back over and do my laundry for me and do some shopping for me, and which is bloody amazing. And I explained to her I really don't like asking for help, but at this point I really need it. So they've done some more swab tests and stuff as well, so we'll see how we go. This is the beautiful little memorial pathway they have behind the hospital, and I just wanted to show you because it's really quite beautiful. It's a beautiful place here, it really is. It's just a shame that all this greenery has a high price to pay for it. That's the hospital there. Not bad for a hospital. No waiting time. They literally see you as soon as you walk in the door, which is a godsend. So yeah, love it here. I just spent the last of my money buying a plastic sheet. It's quite large, probably a lot larger than I need. A little mini tarp. Tape up this toxic thing. Alrighty, I cut a piece out of that $4.95 tarp that I got from the hardware, and I have fully sealed the aircon unit off from, doesn't look particularly pretty, but at least it reassures me that no more of that is going to be bouncing around the air in here. Another thing I bought is this mold gone reactive gel, which has like vents in the top, and apparently it's really good. Kills 99.9% of airborne bacteria, mold, fungus and spores, and the guy at the hardware reckoned that just one of those in the van would attract, I don't know how, but anyway, he swears by them and reckons it works. So I have literally used up every last penny of my money, but in sheer determination, I really, really, really want to get this sorted so I can get healthy again. Okay, it's been a couple of days since my video when I discovered the mold. I still have a cough, still struggling to breathe a little bit, but I've been sleeping with all the windows open. I've got a fan blowing down the end. My rooftop is still very much sealed up. I couldn't quite show you when I was trying to video inside. You couldn't really see past the sort of honeycomb layer that up inside there was a lot of black mold in the inner workings of it. So at least I'm not being further exposed to it. I'm just being exposed to moist, damp air, which it has been raining quite a bit and the humidity is still really high. Today is quite hot, 30 degrees, so luckily with my awning up and my chairs back out there, I can spend as much time as possible sitting outside in the sun and in the fresher air than in here. But I am sleeping a lot better. I've got this little filter thing and this thing sitting right next to my head when I'm sleeping, so that's making the most of it. I just wanted to say that I'm feeling a little bit better today. I want to say a lot better. Probably a lot betterer, if that makes sense. The cough and the wheeze is still very much there, but and I'm very lightheaded. Like I find that I get up and I do something, like just then I was like, I had to do some dishes and I'm like, boil the kettle, lie down a little bit, get up, do something, oh I'm dizzy again, and lie down again. So I've been feeling quite dizzy, and I'm just lightheaded and a little bit weak, which isn't surprising really because I've been battling a thing. So, but I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic, at least that I'm doing everything I can to resolve the issue and getting as much fresh air and sunshine and grounding and walking barefoot and all that kind of good stuff. So as I possibly can. And I think that the 2 courses of antibiotics that I'm on now, the doxycycline and the amoxicillin. Even though I hate taking antibiotics, it was just basically to stop this developing into a further infection. So that's good. As far as groceries go, I've actually found an online place called Our Cow, and they will deliver a carnivore box, which has got like a mixture of mince with liver and steaks and some nitrate-free bacon and butter and ghee and all sorts of good stuff. Should be about 2 weeks worth of food, and it was originally $240, but I had a discount code for my first order, so that was great, and it brought it down to like $200. So that was awesome. And if it's good quality meat, it's grass fed, no added hormones or antibiotics or anything like that. The irony is me full of antibiotics, and I don't want meat full of antibiotics. But it's fairly ethically farmed, so that makes me feel better. To get some really good nutrition into me, I think that's really important. It hasn't arrived yet. It'll arrive in a couple of days, so when it does arrive, I'll show you what I got in my box and see if we can't rapid fire my healing a little bit with some really, really good nutrition in me. In the meantime, I've just been eating my eggs and steaks, and that's pretty much it, and butter, lots of butter. So yeah, I'm doing everything I can to heal and get better, and I just wanted to give you a little bit, rather than just post the miserable video where I was having a little bit of a meltdown about, it's not one thing, it's another. And but resilience is my forte, as I've said before, and it's nice knowing that the little homeless community we have going on here have been really kind and offering to help me if I need anything, which means a lot. It's just the reassurance of having had someone do my laundry for me, someone else come and put my awning up for me. Anything you need, let us know. Like, that's just really, that can make all the difference, I think, in the sort of healing journey, because the hardest part about being sick and being on your own is that feeling of sort of helplessness, of like, I'm exhausted, I don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything, I don't really want to interact with people very much, although I've had a couple of people pop in and just sit with me outside and chat with me, which is really nice. But I don't really want to go socializing, I don't want to go to the shops, I don't want to go into town. I'm just really kind of laying low and resting as much as possible, and having a nap during the day, and going to bed as early as I can, and sleeping in a lot. So yeah, I'll kick it, and then I can get on to better things.
Nice and warm for you. Take care. Yeah. Massage. Alright, that looks good. Okay. Don't move. Stay there. Stay there. Good girl. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Alright. Well done, beautiful. Yay, stay there. Try a little bit. Oh, it's me. Oh, what a good puppy. What a good puppy you are. Yeah, it's all nice and clean. Oh, yeah. I love you even more when you're clean. Good girl. Chub, chub. Gorgeous girl. Right, we should dry quickly today because it's not very cold today. Okay. Come here, Baba. Alright, well done. One more brush brush. Good girl. Oh yeah. So I nearly dry. And I look so fluffy and pretty. Oh, and the tail's so pink and pretty. Oh yes, you will be very pretty. You know it. You know it, don't you? Says I look pretty. Dave, who helped me put up my awning, gave me some big old bush lemons that he'd gotten off a tree. When we call them bush, it means it's gone. The tree has gone bush, so it gets a bit thorny and prickly, and the skin gets a bit thick, and it often makes it not real good for juicing. But I'm just eating them. It's got good vitamin C in it. That at the moment I need all the help I can get, and food can be medicine, you know. It's really delicious and yummy and tangy, and it just instantly makes my throat feel good. Thanks for watching, everyone. And oh, and another good thing is I'm due for a YouTube payment on the 24th is when they paid me last time. I got 122 last time. I'll get 170 something this time, which will be amazing because that'll cover the cost of the food box. And I'm getting a bigger one because of that big video that kind of went crazy that got 28,000 views. Means that my March payment will probably be close to $300, which will be awesome. It won't come until April, but still it really it's really helped at the moment while I can't go busking, just to have a little extra coming in from ad revenue. So if you're watching my videos, I've never ever said to anyone to subscribe. I've always have been funny. I just don't like it when people say, oh, make sure you subscribe and click the bell notification so you know when my next video is coming up, all that kind of thing, because to me it was kind of like when a door-to-door salesman comes to your door and tries to sell you something, and I'm like, if I wanted that thing I would go to the shops and get it. And I'm kind of like, if you wanted to watch my channel you would just subscribe of your own accord. I don't think I would ever subscribe because somebody told me to. But just noticing that 80% of people that do view my videos are not actually subscribed, and it would actually help me at the moment if you can watch through whatever ads they're putting on. I don't know, I have no control over the ads that YouTube puts in, but rather than skip forward through them, if you're on premium like I am and you don't get ads, we still get something for that. Apparently we get a little cut of every premium viewer that watches. But yeah, that would be really helpful. If you haven't subscribed, it's going to be the first and only time I ever ask you to subscribe, and just, you know, watch some of my older videos, because, you know, a lot of them I wasn't monetized back then when I made most of my videos, but now that I am, it applies to all my videos that I've posted, unless I've got copyrighted music in it, which I used to do in the early days. I used to just put on music that I liked, and if that's the case, then the ad revenue on those videos actually goes to the copyright holder, which I'm totally fine with, because musicians deserve every little bit they can get. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, if you want to go back and watch some of my older videos, that would be helpful. And if you subscribe, just so that the algorithm kind of bumps me up a little, because I've had a real slump since that big video. Things have kind of dropped back off again, and that's probably because I haven't been very interesting, and I admit that. But I'm always keeping it real, you know. That's one thing. I'm not going to just post because everything's great. I'm going to post when I'm struggling too, because that's the reality of it. So I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed, those of you that regularly comment. That all helps. Every little bit is helping me at the moment, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So thanks a lot. See ya.